Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. I had to do some adjustments on the audio. I'm actually gonna turn it up just a little bit, just in case, so that way you can definitely hear me this time instead of last stream where it was a little bit difficult. But welcome to the stream. In case you're watching VOD or anything like that, tonight is SmackDown. We're going to be talking about SmackDown. Now, it was probably already pre-taped. I don't know the time difference between here in the States and France, where they are located for tonight's SmackDown and tomorrow's PLE Backlash. But I know there's a time difference. It was already pre-taped. Spoilers already out. Anything like that. But I haven't watched it. I kind of don't like spoilers. I like to be surprised and look at things myself. Um, I don't know why the screen's not showing anything on my end. I gotta look at my other computer. It's acting blank. There I am. There's my face. All right, now I can see my ugly mug. Um, but yeah, so I haven't seen anything. I don't know the results of anything or anything like that. But I'm excited because it's first time getting to see a TV broadcast in France. So you get to see how excited and energetic the crowd is, which is always adds to the show, makes it a lot more fun. Yeah, and it makes me excited for the pay per view tomorrow. I'm always excited for the pay per view tomorrow. I know there's a lot of people that are kind of talking about it, discussing whether it's worth it because there's not a lot of matches advertised or anything like that. I just say, you know what, we'll see what happens when it happens, and I'll be the judge of that as the time comes. Um, so to let you know, tomorrow's stream will be, I believe, either 12 or 12:30. I just have to look at the schedule of when the kickoff show is. But I don't know if we'll be a little bit live after the kickoff show, after the kickoff show has started, before the pay per view, and we'll do a watch along as well. Um, Also have plans to do some special streams where it's a watch along, but it's actual footage and things you can watch with me, going through YouTube and getting some stuff like that. I'm getting a playlist together. There's also a poll on the Twitter that you have to kind of scroll through our feed because we do tweet a lot. So you kind of have to scroll through the feed, but there is a Twitter poll to ask you guys what would you like that first special random stream to be. It can either be a playlist of a specific wrestler. What else is there? A wrestling documentary, if I can get my hands on it. And you guys are interested in seeing a wrestling documentary, if you would like to see a Lucha Libre playlist or a Joshi playlist. So that tweet is available in the Twitter feed. You just have to kind of scroll a little bit to get through all of our stuff. We do have a lot of stuff. Speaking of stuff, we have our latest episode from the podcast. It is here. You can check that out. That is the latest episode of the podcast. You can check out all of our links here. That is the link tree. Has all of our social media links. We're available Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and we also have a merch store. You can check out our merch and also leave a tip if you enjoy the content. Don't worry, everything is for free, so you're not obligated to. But if you want to check out our Streamlabs store where you can check out our merch and also be nice enough to leave a tip, you can check it out here. Um, so yeah, just waiting for SmackDown to start. We're about a little over 8 minutes away from SmackDown. Like I said, tomorrow is the PLE, which we'll also be doing a live watch for. Um, yeah, the live watch is going to be fun. I'm interested, like I said, I'm interested in the pay per view. So far, the only downside is there's not a lot of matches advertised, but the matches that they do have advertised seem pretty good on paper. So I'm excited to check out the pay per view and see what they have. And I'm interested, like I said tonight, Well, not necessarily tonight because tonight it can almost be overdone in post production because again it's been taped because they're in France. Um, but I want to see how the crowd reacts, especially tomorrow for the pay per view. I did see a little bit of the uh, kickoff thing that they did in France earlier today. I didn't see much, but I saw a little bit. That crowd was crazy. They were crazy excited for everything. So hopefully it's a good show tomorrow. Hopefully tonight is a good show as well. Very interested to see what happens. There's going to be the first ever RKO show with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Uh, I believe the SmackDown tag team champions. That's why I call them because I can't tell the difference between who is the tag team WWE tag team champions and who are the world heavyweight tag team champions. Or world tag team champions. I don't know the difference, so I just say SmackDown champions. A Town Down Under should be on the show. That should be good. I'm also interested if what's going to happen with Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga has been very sort of interesting, I guess you want to say. You know, since he has joined the SmackDown side, joined the main roster straight out of Japan, hasn't even said a word. Already tried to commit vehicular homicide, uh, and has become like an assassin, like an enforcer for for Solo Sokoa and whatever remnants of the bloodline is left because they've excommunicated Jimmy Uso. So I guess he's no longer in the faction of Bloodline. And once you're Bloodline, you're always Bloodline. But I'm guessing he's no longer in the faction of the Bloodline. And interested to see where that's going to go. Maybe WWE realized, hey, you guys are a pretty good tag team. We don't want to mess that up. You know, we don't want to screw that up. So it is Friday, so I hope everybody is going to have a great weekend if you have things planned. Hopefully, it's a good one. I'm also glancing over my monitors because I have the Yankees game on, so might be a little bit distracted leading into SmackDown, but not too much. Don't worry. Um, but yeah, we do have the YouTube channel is going crazy. YouTube right now, for some reason, posting up the YouTube shorts and all that stuff has really taken off. So if you guys like YouTube content and would like some wrestling content in your YouTube subs, all you have to do is go to YouTube. The at is Eric underscore ringside. That's Eric ERIK underscore ringside. And that'll take you to my YouTube channel. It's only been a little bit, I guess, maybe under or just about 2 weeks since I've uh, uploaded on YouTube, taking it seriously, and in just those 2 weeks, we're already up over 100 watch hours, 35 subs, uh, you know, close to like 20K views altogether. You know, so it's been really cool to see some success, especially starting out since I'm brand new at it. That's why it's important that if you're watching this on VOD, whether it be on Twitch or on YouTube, if you can hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, if you can hit that follow button if you're on Twitch, it greatly, greatly helps get our content out there, especially the podcast with myself and Shay Hickson. It is a question and answer based podcast where you guys, the listeners, send in questions and let us know what you guys want us to talk about through your questions, comments, rants, opinions on anything professional wrestling. That's the way we do things, and we've expanded our content to reach new people. So definitely excited to do that. Man. waiting here. We are a little under 3 minutes away from SmackDown. Like I said, it's in France, so it's a different environment in France. Um, I think the crowd is a little bit more excited. You know, I'm surprised they don't. Maybe they'll have Baron Corbin come out. I think they'll definitely have Baron Corbin come out tonight. I believe he was drafted post broadcast to SmackDown. I'm not too sure, but I believe he was drafted to SmackDown post broadcast. So either way, I think even now the smart thing would be to have both SmackDown and Raw rosters in France, most likely in the building, just to make sure to be safe. So, I guess it really doesn't matter what brand he was drafted to. He'll probably be part of at least tonight's broadcast because, like I was telling somebody else, the reaction he got in France when they were in France, I believe it was last year, went viral on the internet. It was crazy. It was nuts. Just waiting for these commercials to finish up. And then we should be good to go for some SmackDown. No Rampage tonight because there was Rampage on Wednesday and no Collision tomorrow. I was hoping for it to be a double shot, but it doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like it's just going to be Backlash tomorrow, so no actual double stream double stream Saturday. Just one stream for the Backlash. No Collision, and then Collision goes back to its regular schedule next Saturday on the 11th. So, we'll obviously be doing a live watch for that. Should be a good time. More commercials, man. These commercials are crazy leading into the show. It's already 8 o'clock. The thing is on live. That's the problem with live streaming with things like Hulu. It's never downright accurate. It's always a little bit off. So you got to be careful. But I think we're ready. Again, let me know if the audio is correct. If the audio from the show is good enough with my mic audio. I'm trying to level it out so I know perfectly, so that way when I do things like TikToks and reels and shorts, it sounds perfect. I want everything to be perfect.
Together.
On the eve of WWE Backlash for the first time ever, Friday Night SmackDown emanates from the sold-out LDLC Arena in Lyon, France. Just one night before the undisputed WWE Championship clash at Backlash, the champion, Cody Rhodes, and his challenger, a former WWE champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles, will come face to face.
AJ Styles looking absolutely jacked.
Also tomorrow at Backlash,
insane.
The Viper, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens will battle Solo Sikoa and the MFT, Tama Tonga of the Bloodline. But tonight, the duo put their chemistry to the test as they join forces to co-host the first ever RKO show.
RKO show tonight.
Tonight's Friday Night SmackDown on Fox is
I think this crowd's going to be really cool, especially tonight. Even though it's like post-production, so they probably sweetened it a little bit. I think it's going to be good stuff. They're going to be an energetic thing. I hope. I haven't read any spoilers. I kind of glanced. Starting off with Bayley.
Role model.
The following is an 8-woman tag team
We got
match.
8-woman tag team match. All right.
Introducing first from San Jose, California. She is the WWE Women's Champion, Bayley.
Wow, they have Samantha Irvin pulling double duty. Look at the crowd. Yeah, the crowd is
Welcome
loud.
everybody to this extremely special edition of Friday Night SmackDown on the eve of WWE Backlash Live from Lyon, France. I am Corey Graves.
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Wade Barrett. Dans la France, vive la liberté.
I don't know if Wade speaks enough
I
French to get us
love
to the
Wade
whole
Barrett,
evening,
man.
which is why we brought
He's
our French
fantastic.
announce team in the house tonight. Say hello to Christophe Ajus and Philippe Chareau.
Bonsoir, messieurs. Incroyable, implantable. C'est WWE SmackDown.
I don't know anything about French. I like French fries. I like French toast. I like this setup with the screens like that. I don't know how they're doing that. I know they're kind of experimenting with the presentation so it fits with like ticket sales. You know, ticket sales are kind of fluctuating right now. But I mean, this crowd is insane. This crowd is going nuts.
Next, from Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, see, they have the one giant screen there and the screen that comes out for like the entrance. I think that's pretty cool.
Tomorrow night, Bayley and Naomi will be opponents. Tonight, they're partners. Last week, Naomi and Tiffany Stratton were competing to find out who would be Bayley's challenger when they were greeted by the irresistible force,
Oof.
Nia
Nia
Jax,
Jax.
a brand new draft pick to the Friday Night SmackDown roster. And bad
Oh
news,
my
this was
God,
ugly.
Nia Jax.
Bayley's good friend Naomi tried her best to intervene at no avail. Jax continued her assault before leaving and allowing Tiffany
Ronda Bar, hope you're ready for the best crowd of the year and maybe the best crowd ever. I haven't even seen any spoilers or anything like that, so I haven't seen the reception online, but already like we're literally like 2 minutes into the show, 3 minutes into the show, this crowd's going crazy for everybody. So it's really cool. Thank you for stopping by the stream, by the way.
Making her way to
It's really cool. Really cool.
Tiffany Stratton.
You know, that's the thing when like they don't get the access to WWE live events, especially TV events and PLEs. You know, it's almost like at a fever pitch when it does happen.
It is Tiffy time indeed, but tomorrow night it is about the WWE Women's Championship as Bayley will make her defense.
So wait, they
against
said this
both
was an
Naomi
8-woman tag team
and
match?
Tiffany Stratton in a triple threat match, and Wade, under triple threat rules, that always puts the champ at a distinct disadvantage.
You ain't kidding me. It's going to be a hell of an evening tomorrow at Backlash, but we have to get through SmackDown.
Damage control. Big fan of damage control.
Next, Dakota Kai and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
I hope you understand some of this stuff the crowd will say and chant. Definitely, that would be awesome because I don't know a lick of French. So if I catch something, I'm going straight to you. I need the translation. Should be fun. Were you there live for SmackDown?
Championships on the line against what many are calling the dream team of Bianca Belair and the
Honestly,
new
there are
Powerhouse
some stuff that you guys should adopt and import.
That's tomorrow at Backlash.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a large amount of U.S. crowds that when they get these events, you know, the Raws, the SmackDowns, sometimes the PLEs, they're not as energetic as they could be. But again, we're spoiled here in the States. You know how much access we have compared to France and other places in the world. You know, that's why you guys are always going crazy. You know, that's why you guys are so energetic. You guys, that's the cool thing about this whole thing is like the crowd in France, even at the kickoff show, I think you guys were just so appreciative of having the event happen live for you guys. That it doesn't matter who you're rooting for, a good guy, a bad guy, good girl, good bad girl. You guys are just happy to have the event, and that really adds to the show. Way too expensive for me, around $350 for a ticket. But it was broadcast in France at our regular time, 8 p.m. It's 2 a.m. now. Well, thank you so much for staying up late in the morning to watch the event, or watch me watch the event. Basically, I appreciate it. Hopefully, you enjoy the stream while you're here. But I know you guys are super happy that you got to watch an event, and you're going to be able to watch a PLE at your normal time. I know how difficult it is, because I used to stay up for New Japan pay-per-views, and that was tough sometimes. So, like I said, us people in the States were definitely spoiled. $350 for a ticket, that's crazy.
Obviously, Cargill coming off
That's
a
crazy.
victory at WrestleMania alongside Bianca Belair and Naomi over Damage Control members.
All right, so we got Jade, Bianca, Naomi, and Bayley taking on Damage Control and Tiffany Stratton.
The big three at the time, Naomi, Cargill, and Belair. For one night only,
big matches, Bayley defending the Women's World Championship against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton in a triple
How
threat
do you
match.
see this team functioning? Is Bayley going to be an issue? It seems as though there's still some rough waters left between her and BEST.
Well, we'll see how it develops, of course. They're going to present a united front against this common enemy of Damage
Obviously,
Control.
the crowd loves Bayley.
And that is the easy part, but things may come loose at the seams.
Naomi going for her patented whatever that is.
Fun at the expense of Kairi Sane.
Man. See, this is cool. This is why these international events are really cool to see, because the international crowd really is really active, energetic.
With another vicious kick.
To be honest, I wanted to watch the show with the English commentators to get the reaction. I couldn't find a stream or link, so here I am. Well, thank you very much. Hopefully I can help you out. Let me know if the audio's good. It's balanced out. I don't want to be too loud.
Wowing the WWE Universe here in France with her mind-blowing athleticism.
Panic etched all over the faces of her Damage Control running buddies who have not got out of the blocks thus far.
Kairi Sane able to escape out the back door, now has a grip on Bianca's braid.
Bianca Belair, just a freak athlete, man. She's so good.
Vicious vertical suplex.
It's all just too easy for an athlete like Bianca Belair.
Dumps Asuka out.
Asuka sent to the outside.
What a massive confidence builder this
Oh,
will be for the
spinning
Tag Championship challenges tomorrow.
Bayley just tagged herself in from the outside.
France wants Bayley. They're going to get Bayley.
She was temporarily distracted by Bayley, completely inadvertent, but that will not help things.
They're singing Simplement Deux, which means only two, following a two count. It comes from our French commentator team who has the catchphrase. Interesting. So even the French commentators have their own little catchphrase that you guys have caught on to. It's almost like when they don't do it as often as they used to, but the big thing, you know, when the ref would count two after the two count, they would basically say, the crowd would just say two right afterwards, which was pretty interesting for a while. Our international crowds are honestly way more creative. Like I said, they're way more energetic. They're way more a part of the show. It has a lot to do with the fact that, again, like I said, people here in the States, very spoiled with the amount of access that we have to all types of professional wrestlings, to be honest with you. You know, so that's why it's cool to see, you know, when they do things like go to France and have the events that we can see as a crowd in the States, like, wow, we can be envious. Like, but in reality, we could be just as energetic, just as, you know, into the show. they're quite literal characters of the show here. We have the heel and the face. They make fun of characters, cities, audiences, everything. It's so fun to watch in French. That's very interesting. I like the old school aspect of that. You know, that the commentators, you have the heel commentator, the sort of neutral commentator. That's pretty cool. You know, that they've kind of, which in a way, it probably works better for you guys, because here in the States, they people take everything so literally, you know, like, so if they tried to adopt that sort of strategy now, yeah, we here in the States will say, yeah, we want something like that too, but we'll be so quick to turn on it if it's not the way we want it. You know, we have to nitpick everything. So, you know, I guess that's why here in the States, they kind of just stay neutral and just call the action. But it's big, you know. They're going from WrestleMania 40, you know, the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Next PLE is in France. You know, they're on a massive schedule, just trying to keep up with the demand and everything. We know it's a show, it's a soap opera where the characters kick each other's butts, and that's how we take it. Exactly. You guys don't take it so literally. You know, I mean, it's fun to be an analyst, a pundit, but I feel like people these days, when they analyze things, especially pro wrestling, they're just so quick to point out what they disliked, and what they disliked kind of overtakes all of their content. You know, well, and I'm like, well, what did you like? You know, and if you didn't like something, how would you change it to where you liked it? You know, I think a lot of people don't necessarily have that angle when they talk about pro wrestling. It's just, this is what I didn't like, and I know this is what people want to hear, because negativity is what gets the most attention, you know? But yeah, I wish people would adopt that same sort of energy where they realize it's a show, it's a spectacle. You're supposed to be entertained by it.
8-women tag team action to kick off Friday Night SmackDown live from Lyon, France. As Bayley still in trouble now at the hands of the Kabuki Warriors.
Well, this match did a complete
It's also
U-turn, where there was a
cultural.
miscommunication
You're an
between
old
Belair
continent and
Bayley,
followers
who are
of old
teammates
sports.
tonight. And
This
Bayley
atmosphere
really
that you
has
have in
not
Europe comes from football,
got any
what you
form of
heathens
offense
call
ever since.
soccer,
Sliding knee by
and
Asuka,
it's
that could
tribal.
do it. Slides
Yeah,
into the
no,
cover.
I'm totally on board with the sentiment.
Bayley kicks out.
You know, yeah, you guys, like you said, it's very cultural. It is very old school.
Tag made. Tiffany Stratton, who's worked very well alongside.
I like that.
This unit has really
I'm sorry about the moderator.
Tiffany,
It's
no fear of
I
the
gotta turn off the
spotlight, no fear of
moderator
taking on superstars
from
with
Streamlabs,
way more
because Streamlabs is
experience
kicking
than
my
her
ass when it comes to
Tiffany Stratton. Only a couple of
messages for
years
some
into
reason.
this game, but
So I'm turning
already
off the
showing
moderator. Sorry about that,
massive,
Grana Bar. It's
To
no
that
offense
point,
to
how
you.
important is it for Tiffany
It's
to
just
have this
basically
opportunity tonight
Streamlabs
to be in
being
the
a
ring
dick.
to compete against Bayley and Naomi, whom she'll face tomorrow night for the WWE Women's Championship?
Well, she already thinks she's way better than them. You know, last week we had the legends here who
Shutting
did
off
the WWE draft.
the
She pulled me aside
moderator
at one point and
because
said, "Who the hell are all these
kicking
old
my butt,
people?
mods."
Yuck." Zero respect for veterans at all, and when you're as good as Tiffany Stratton, who
Cover here by Asuka.
Off
Bayley
Streamlabs. Again, sorry about that, Grana Bar. It's nothing you did. It's the Streamlabs OPS. They kind of their moderating system and their
sends Bayley into the
interface is
neutral
just so
turnbuckle.
weird. Like, it does stupid shit like that even when I turned it off. But here we go with Tiffany Stratton. Beautiful back
Flexing her other
handspring
worldly
elbow.
athletic abilities. Snapmares Bayley over. Look out, here comes the Alabama slam. Bayley is stacked. And Naomi bulldozing Stratton out of the way.
Well, it was a vital intervention from
Yeah, but again,
Naomi,
Grana
who
Bar, it's nothing you
victory
did.
was slipping
It's
through their grasp. The
Streamlabs
Alabama slam
being
connecting to
ridiculous.
perfection.
So I turned it off
There's just
because
no
that's happened more
defending
than
when
once
someone
already.
like
Again, this is
Stratton,
only
she has the ability to
like
get
my
into a
5th
move
stream
like the
ever.
Alabama slam
So
with a
I'm
cartwheel.
still
Nobody has
working
seen
out
that
the
before,
kinks
and nobody has
with the
any
accounts,
defense.
making sure it works
You
properly.
can almost feel Stratton's confidence growing by the moment, as if that were even possible.
You ain't lying there, Corey. But again, what a momentum builder it would be. Why not take out Jade Cargill for good measure?
Listen, if
I like
Tiffany wants to be
Naomi's
the center
outfit
of the
too.
universe,
Naomi's outfit,
not a
the
smart,
French
not a
color
bad
scheme.
decision trying to take out someone as
Nice
highly
backdrop
hyped
driver
as
from
Jade
Bailey there.
Cargill. Bailey takes down Stratton. Can Bailey make a tag?
That is where
Come on.
confidence turns
Come
into
on, Bailey.
arrogance for
One thing I
Tiffany
will allow
Stratton,
myself to
and it
spoil,
is
don't expect
backfired
to
to
be able
Bailey.
to follow the story. It will feel more like a televised house
Almost
show
having second
than an
thoughts
actual
about tagging
weekly
Belair.
episode. I'm totally fine with that. Like I said, as long as they have this energy and this enthusiasm for the show, I'm on board with it. Oh, look at that.
Big pump kick by Cargill.
Goozles, Asuka. Oh my God.
Decimating Asuka.
Jade is looking very impressive. Her moves are flowing together.
This terrifying power wave. Cargill making it look
She's hitting them all
effortless.
great. She's moving with intensity. She doesn't look like she's pulling anything back. Oh,
Going for a ride.
Tag had already been made to Bianca Belair. Remember, these two are teaming
This
up.
is
Let's go
fantastic.
tomorrow.
Cover by Belair.
like an assistant
And at the last second, Kairi
dominator.
Sane keeps this one alive.
Little taste of what is heading the way of the Kabuki Warriors tomorrow, but Asuka may have the last laugh.
Naomi's got Asuka.
Takes down Asuka.
Full Nelson bomb.
Referee now lost complete
Double
control
stomp.
of this one.
It is chaos. This is a melee. Bailey to belly.
Bailey's got it in there. Scorpion kick.
By Dakota Kai.
Oh my God, what a sequence.
Of the EST.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful sequence to end it there. Wow. That was really cool. That was really cool.
The WWE Women's Champion, Bayley and Bianca Belair.
Well, despite the clear issues still
Very,
lingering
very good
between
match to
Belair
start off
and
SmackDown.
Bayley, it is their team who is victorious tonight, gaining momentum going into Backlash.
Let's see. France is pretty cool. They even got Trini Man is in the crowd.
Look at this.
Man, that guy must be loaded.
Tag team offense from Cargill and Belair nearly earned the W there had it not been for Kairi
Yeah, this
Sane.
final sequence was
Challenges
sick.
for the tag gold have clearly been working together, figuring stuff out. And it was Bayley's moment before Bianca Belair hit the KOD, and it was good night.
Bianca.
Hopefully you enjoyed that match as well if you're watching.
We will have new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and Bayley better keep her head on a swivel as she has to defend against Naomi and Stratton tomorrow night.
We haven't had the reaction from Superstar yet, but I'm pretty sure they were ecstatic, especially the women tonight. Pretty sure it was the loudest they are had. I probably, you know, it's true what Triple H said earlier, that how the French, like, how you guys treat the show, treat the superstars. They, you know, the superstars come back to the States and they hold you guys in high revere because you guys, the reception they get is ridiculous. I mean, like I said about Baron Corbin last year, is insane.
I think it's smoke.
You know?
Because that's what the Street Profits want, right?
Oh, yeah, they do.
And up tonight, A-Town Down Under are going to show that we are the smoke.
Smell that.
A-Town Down Under, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Good for those guys because they're young, they're up and coming. I know Austin Theory's had a lot of flack thrown his way because he, you know, his main roster career didn't start off the best, and you know his title reign with the U.S. Championship wasn't all that great. But I think he's kind of found his groove with Grayson Waller, and it's really working out well. But again, yeah, I'm sure when you hear the reactions from the superstars, when they get asked, you know, what it felt like going to France and performing in France, they're going to speak very highly of the French crowd because, as you can see right off the bat, first match, you guys were going nuts. For instance, here, pretty sure most of the audience had no idea what was being said. They made a joke about people smelling like cheese because, France fell completely flat. No one in the arena got it. Yeah, there's that disconnect, But I'm pretty sure, that was the intention actually. They maybe WWE knew there was gonna be a disconnect, so they thought it would be funny, but it kind of, like you said, it fell flat because, just it didn't make sense, But it is what it is. Like I said, I hope you guys, as you can see, the crowd's going crazy. Hopefully, you watching at home, like you said, ticket prices are kind of crazy, but they're kind of crazy everywhere. It's kind of supply and demand. Everybody's hot for the WWE product right now, so they're trying to get every dollar they can get to maintain their billion-dollar status. That's why I live very close to Philly, where WrestleMania 40 was, and of course I would love to go to a WrestleMania. I would love to go, but it's important to me to the way I'm going to enjoy the event is to actually see the event, and not on a screen, but actually see it live. So if the only seats that I can afford are the ones way up in the clouds, where the spotlight is clashing with the ring canvas and you really can't see anything, that's not fun. If I'm gonna watch it on screen, I might as well watch it at home with some friends, have fun, and not spend as much money. But that's just me. But again, I get it. It's business. WWE has to make that dollar, and like I said, the product is hot. It's hotter now revenue-wise than what it was when the Attitude Era was around, But that's, inflation. Everything is a lot more expensive than it was in 1998, so... All right, they're talking about the UFL here, which means that they should be going back to SmackDown any second.
Sunday on FS1, the NASCAR Cup Series gets
NASCAR,
100 miles
Kansas.
of full-throttle action in Kansas. The pre-race
You had the
kicks things off
rarity
at
of it,
2
plus
Eastern.
the cultural
Then the
tribal
green
way of
flag flies
supporting
at
we
3
have in
Eastern.
Europe, and
Sunday
you get those
on
crazy crowds.
FS1.
Yeah, I wish
Friday Night SmackDown is live
we
in Lyon,
in the
France
States
tonight.
could
We're gonna send it back to our
collectively
very own
look
Caleb
at the
Braxton.
crowds and say, we got to do the same thing. But I don't know, we can't get to that point yet.
Now, Jade Bianca. After tonight, you must be feeling pretty confident in your chances of becoming tag team champions tomorrow at Backlash.
Confident. Baby girl, we are always confident. And tomorrow will be no different. And not only are we confident, speaking for myself, with all this history with damage control, I am ready for closure. I'm ready for this to be done. I am sick of talking about it because honestly, damage control has been coming at me my whole entire career. And I'm ready to be done with it.
Okay.
So once me and Jay take those tag team titles tomorrow, I'm gonna be done with damage control for good. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Bianca's a little pissed off.
Just saying. My bad.
Match Flow is sponsored by Progressive, a triple threat of
Ron Bar,
protection
thank you
with
for that
home,
follow.
auto,
I
and
really
more.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
SmackDown selects NXT's Carmelo Hayes.
What a genius pick! Drafted round one.
Carmelo Hayes, round 1 draft pick for SmackDown. Had a decent match with Cody. Could have a little bit better, but it was good for what it
I can't
was.
think of a better way to
But again,
shoot
he's
my
going to
shot
do
than to
big
shoot
things
it against
on
you.
the main roster.
Absolutely.
You're on. Carmelo Hayes wasting no time challenging the top dog in the main event.
When you're as good as Carmelo Hayes, you are ready.
Oh, covered by
What a
Rhodes.
kick.
And Carmelo not going down without a fight. Cody with a gnarly landing on his shoulder. This could be Carmelo Hayes' big moment. Uh-oh.
As you probably understood it, I will not be often watching. An 8-hour difference is not easy to keep live. but hey, it costs nothing. Hey, that is all that matters to me, is that, you know, you find some value, some importance from whatever I do with the content. I totally get it. Like I said, it's insane that you're awake right now even watching this. I know it's kind of more important being that you're, you know, in the area, you wanted to hear what the English commentators thought. So again, I really, really appreciate it. The follow means everything to me because, like I said, this is only our 5th stream, so we're just getting started. We have a ton of content. If you want to check out YouTube, our podcast, merchandise, all that stuff, it's all here at that link. So check that out. You know, I really, really appreciate it.
First of all, congratulations on being drafted on the SmackDown.
Thank you.
All right, secondly, and even more important, congratulations on that very impressive match against Cody last week. But now that we are on the same show, if there's anything that I can do for you, any advice I can give you, anything at all, just call me, man.
Nah, you know what? I think I'm gonna be good. I don't know if you saw last week, I was a first-round draft pick. Was in the ring with the WWE champion. You know, I think I got this whole thing figured out. And I appreciate you, though.
All right, big time. It's not about the shots that you shoot. It's about making those shots count. And last week, you lost.
When was the last time you shot your shot, Bobby?
Damn.
Here's a piece of advice you can have for free. Be careful who you disrespect around here.
Interesting. Interesting.
Mellow Hayes wasting no time making
New
waves
Catch
here on
Republic.
Friday Night SmackDown.
Should get a big reaction, I hope.
The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates, New Catch Republic!
Fantastic show of respect from the WWE fans in Lyon for the New Catch Republic.
New
Pete
Catch
Dunne
Republic.
and Tyler Bates.
Pete Dunne, Tyler Bates.
Two teams
Two
of tonight
pillars
with
of the
an axe to
NXT
grind
UK
with one another after
contingent.
their actions
Oh wow,
over
they
the
gotta
past
take
7 days. We'll get
against
into that
Authors of
shortly.
Pain.
But
That's
I
not
hope
gonna be
New
fun.
Catch
I don't think.
Republic have a
I don't think
big
that's gonna be a
axe
good time.
because they are taking on the
That
humongous
doesn't seem like it's gonna be
AOP.
fun.
And it's coming up right here on SmackDown next.
New Catch Republic taking on Authors of Pain from the Final Testament. Oof. I like the Final Testament. I know a lot of people, it might not be their bag, but I like the Final Testament. I think they're pretty cool. I like the dark, mysterious thing. I like Paul Ellering. He's always been cool, you know, manager of the Road Warriors and all that. You know, he's pretty cool. Karrion Kross is a very good promo. The only way you can tell he's a really good promo is if you check out his stuff post-show that they put up for, like, the digital exclusives and stuff. Then you, like, if you see the clips, you're like, oh, he's a pretty good promo. You know, Akam and Razor look like two legit monsters. So Final Testament does have some upside. They have to just kind of put it together. This is tiring. The amount of ads you have in the U.S., unbearable. Yes, the ads in the U.S., even me, because technically in the U.S., what dominates television is through cable. But I use a live streaming service that I pay for. And the point of using the live streaming service over the cable was because it was less expensive and less advertising. As that got more popular and more people started gravitating towards streaming services like Hulu, Sling, YouTube TV, they realized, oh, we need to up our advertisement, you know, amount, quantity, whatever during the show because we need to make money. So yeah, it is, trust me, it is very, very tiring, but there's not much I can do about it. I wish I could. That's why I try to ramble on during the commercials to make things more interesting, you know, and stuff like that. But you know, again, it like you said, it's an 8-hour time difference. You're up late. It's you know, like 2:30 in the morning over there, something like that. Must be insane. Must be insane. But again, I'll be on tomorrow afternoon. Probably about, I don't know if I'll be live during the kickoff show before the PLE, but I'll definitely be on about 10 to 5 minutes before the PLE starts, so that way there's not a lot of just boring dead air, you know. And I'll be basically doing what I'm doing right now, is providing my own commentary for the show. Pretty sure it's also why soccer never truly made it in the US. Only one single 15-minute ad break for the halftime. The rest, only game. No money to be made for announcers during the game. Very, very true. On the flip side of that, our American football, which is probably the most popular sport here in the United States, completely dominated by advertisements. And it's why one of the biggest things like the Super Bowl, which is our football championship, people look forward to the commercials. They don't even watch the game. They care about the commercials because, you know, these companies then put, you know, millions of dollars into their advertisement for their Super Bowl commercial. But we're back.
Tickets for WWE SummerSlam at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio on Saturday,
August 3rd.
Go on sale this Thursday, May 9th via Ticketmaster. Visit WWE.com/events.
Your sport is boring as fuck. Does not help. Hey, I'm not that big of a football fan. I'm a baseball fan, which is probably even more boring. Baseball is my bag besides pro wrestling, and I fully admit baseball is completely boring. You have to be different to enjoy baseball.
When Cody Rhodes announced the first pick of the WWE draft.
With the first pick of the 2024 WWE Draft, SmackDown.
There's even an advertisement in the show from WWE. We're getting a replay, so this is like kind of like. I mean, we all saw this. Baseball is actually closer to soccer when it comes to scoring and rhythm. I honestly, I've never gotten into soccer, or as you say in France, football. But I should definitely, maybe I should get into it, you know?
The landscape sure to look very, very different.
I know about
Plenty of reason to be excited about Friday.
Maradona. You know, he was a crazy man, but they, you know, they hold him in high regard.
There you see the official SmackDown roster post-draft. Of course, the rosters become official next week. They lock beginning Monday night on Raw. Of course, next Friday will be the official beginning of the new Friday night SmackDown roster.
I know some names.
Tonight, Friday Night SmackDown is sponsored.
All right, so we got New Catch Republic. They're about to take on the Authors of Pain. I don't like the chances for New Catch Republic to come out with a W for this one, but we shall see.
I just did a quick bit of math on that graphic. I think SmackDown acquired 15 new superstars, but of course the yang to that yin is that we do lose some superstars, and two of which are the teams that we're going to see competing tonight.
That's right. The rosters don't lock till Monday.
Team to keep Friday Night SmackDown the place to be.
They're the final testament.
And their opponents, accompanied by
If you like baseball, you will not be deterred by the low-scoring soccer can bring, which is often what repulses the American audience. Soccer is probably the only sports on earth that can end with a 0-0 score. Yeah, I think you're right about that. You know, about games being able to end 0-0. I don't know if it's more that I like low scoring. It's just baseball, not necessarily just America, but I'm from New York City, so baseball, much like football for you, has like a cultural thing. Oh yeah, only entrance that did not have a big reaction feels a bit bad for them. I kind of do too with the Final Testament. Like I said, I enjoy the idea of the Final Testament, and I think they excel. You know, if you look at their post-match stuff, like the clips on social media and stuff like that, where
both teams, as members
you know,
of the Monday
Karen
Night
Cross
Raw
is
roster
cutting
could
promos.
see each
They're
other
all
regularly
really
in the
solid stuff.
future.
It's just people
How
got
will
to get
they
into it.
spend their final evening here on Friday Night
Their heels,
SmackDown?
so
Who
it
will
kind of
leave
suits
with
the
the ever so
narration. Very
important
true.
momentum?
Very true. I like the diabolical
Pete Dunne, a
aspect
technical
of the
mastermind
Final
against a
Testament.
bruiser
You know,
of a human being.
it's like
in Akam
they
of
keep
AOP.
teasing that they're causing some sort of chaos. We just have yet to see it.
Game against AOP. Pete Dunne realizing that rapidly.
Pete Dunne going right for the attack.
And that is the name of the game for the New Catch Republic.
Series of drop
Love the
kicks
crowd
right
reaction,
on the
obviously.
money from Pete Dunne. Looking for some sort of arm bar, but I think Akam just a little. Oh, Akam's
Tyler
able to
Bate gets the tag in.
stop the submission, and here comes Tyler Bate.
Yeah, there you go. You just gotta beat those dudes up.
I'm pretty sure that constitutes clovering.
Well, you simply need to do that against somebody as big as the AOP boys.
Here comes the big, strong boy running European uppercut. And another.
Beautiful.
Just been a swarm of offense thus far in this work.
Oh!
My goodness.
Famous last words. 300 shots thrown in the direction of AOP, but it took one to make this match do a complete U-turn.
Akam and Razar possess that unique ability to eat them and smile.
Love the crowd
Absolutely
reaction doing the
terrifying when
heels.
you're competing somebody that dangerous, that tough.
I like it. Like you said earlier, this show has sort of a house show vibe to it, rather than a SmackDown episode. But I like that. I think one of the things that we miss a little bit is a house show vibe on a Raw or SmackDown.
Trying to find an escape route.
Really, the technique combined with the power of AOP that makes them so devastating. But Tyler Bate is a real veteran at such a young age. But this Tyler Bate is not smart. This is not a veteran.
Tyler Bate trying to lift one of the authors of pain.
Arguably pound for pound one of the strongest superstars on the entire
You are
roster.
not nice.
Big, strong boy,
I believe it. I believe they are chanting that because those are two big scary dudes.
The bruiserweight from the top turnbuckle.
Once again, thank you for all your help with the translations. I really dig it.
Chop away at the much larger AOP. Akam and Razar sent crashing to the outside.
All right, here comes New Catch Republic.
It's all been a mental masterpiece thus far from the New Catch Republic. Whoa! Everything they are doing is working.
New Catch Republic. Looking good. I love, like you said, the old school nature of the crowd cheering for the good guys, booing the bad
When
guys.
you get AOP softened up, you better make it count. You cannot give them any breathing room.
They're hanging on every move.
Razar just so powerful. He can impose his own will on anybody.
Oh,
God, that
it was
man
like a
do it.
Death Valley driver into the corner turnbuckle.
AOP in complete control.
And here we go. Grandbar's favorite part, another advertisement. It's so funny. You brought light to the fact that we here in the States, we do have a advertising problem. It's almost too much. And that's exactly what we're getting right now, another advertisement. So I wish there was a way that cable and content creators like streamers and stuff like that can come up with a way to allow the show to be broadcasted on streams, because these sort of streams do bring more eyes to people, but do it in a way where it doesn't take away from any sort of revenue that they make or anything like that. But that's hard to do. It's goes the same sort of conversation with music on stream and stuff like that. Too bad they cut there. So do you think they're chanting "this is not nice" because they're not enjoying the match, or they're they're just booing the bad guys? What is your summation of that? because that's very interesting. When they say this is not, it's against the bad guys. Okay, so it's not a critique of the match. It's the critique of bad guys being bad guys. Okay, that's very good, very good. What is the wrestling scene in France? Is there like an independent wrestling scene in France? You know, of companies doing professional wrestling with French wrestlers and stuff like that? So I wonder how much the reach is when it comes to pro wrestling, not just WWE. I wonder if there's a scene out there. There's a childish way to say nice. Basically, they're chanting "You're a meanie" as a kid. So they're being condescending. They're being facetious, is what you're saying. You know, they're being borderline sarcastic when they say they're not nice. I get it. I'm with it.
From the LDLC Arena in Lyon, France, 11,101 fans on hand tonight as we watch the New Catch Republic
Crowd is
and the
super
Authors of
energetic.
Pain unfold. And Wade, we just received some breaking news during the commercial break. Make sure you are subscribed and following WWE's social platforms for a major announcement tomorrow, covered by Razar. Tyler Bate stays alive.
Major announcement regarding the independent scene. It is growing, but there is a lot of room to grow. There's some upside to that. It's good to have a scene that's growing and more space to grow.
Dudes, and Tyler Bate is in a hell of a lot of trouble.
That's
AOP
good.
have managed to cut the ring in
Only
half
two.
and isolate Bate from his partner Pete Dunne. Think of how bad this has got to feel.
Yeah, we do the 2 chain as well. We just kind of just say 2, and that kind of started as a kind of like an independent wrestling thing as well. That got popular.
By last week's needless attack from the Final Testament. Tonight is about showing the world that they don't back down from anyone, but that is easier said.
Tyler Bate sort of
Look at Tyler
sliding his way out, escaping.
Way out of the bear hug, manages to do so, but might have found himself in even less favorable position.
Nice drop kick.
Drop kick created some separation. Can Bate make the tag?
Thrown up in the air with
I love that they're doing. This is a really old school tag team match.
Close the distance.
Setting up the hot tag for Pete Dunne. Crowd's gonna go crazy when Dunne gets tagged in. I bet.
Speed for 2 massive guys like that, and Tyler Bate fighting for dear life.
Beautiful.
And that might do it, Corey.
Tyler Bate has daylight.
Look at this crowd is insane, man.
To join the fight.
You've got an opportunity. You won't get another. You don't need another. Here's Dunne.
Pete Dunne has been unleashed in this one.
Pete Dunne is going nuts. Stomping of the fingers and a basement drop kick.
Takes down Razar, and the Bruiserweight striking anything that moves.
Simply
apron moonsault lands on his feet.
In the locker room who can go from casual indifference to rabid rage in the blink of an eye.
Sliced bread.
Sliced bread cover here.
There you go. There's the chant. Only 2.
On the outside now has fear in his eyes. It's not often you see that.
The Bruiserweight making the climb.
Only 2.
Yet again, here comes Dunne.
Lands on his feet.
Tremendous athleticism.
Bate tags in.
Mid-air. Here comes Bate, who's legal.
Bop and bang.
Bate's got his second win in a hurry.
Pump kick from Dunne.
Barrage of strikes from the New Catch Republic, and can he do it?
Big strong boy, Tyler Bate.
The big strong boy.
We're going for an airplane spin.
I'm seeing it with my own 2 eyes, and I don't believe it.
My lower back hurt watching that, you ludicrous human being, Tyler Bate.
Standing shooting star.
Running knee by Dunne. Look at the leg. Here
This is actually a really good tag team match. This is what not only AOP needed, but this is kind of what the Final Testament needed. This is a pretty good tag team match. Got a double goozle French commentators are ringside, and during the French broadcast, they were a bit embarrassed by it in a good way, as in a, look at what we have done, we created a monster. I love it. I love acknowledging that little bit of realism. That's something here in the States we never really got up until now as well, because Vince McMahon kind of frowned upon it, you know? He frowned upon the organic humor that is professional wrestling, as Tyler Bate just wipes out one of the authors of pain. Aaron Cross is getting involved now. Almost like an F5 airplane spin.
Karrion Kross just flattened Tyler Bate. Pete Dunne takes out Kross.
Imagine if the U.S. crowd was singing a Jim Ross catchphrase. This is it. I mean, like I said, I'm envious of this crowd. This is the type of crowd I would love to see every week, because, like you said, this is a part of the show. They're only reacting to the show as the authors of pain have defeated New Catch Republic like we thought they were. But again, the crowd is being a part of the show, but they're not trying to overtake the show. They're being a part of the show by participating as fans should, by chanting, by reacting to every move, booing the bad guys, cheering for the good guys, you know, coming up with their own chants and stuff like that. You know, it's pretty cool, because that's kind of the appealing part about soccer too, is like you said, it's a camaraderie, it's a culture.
Karrion Kross taking his opportunity to flatten Tyler Bate.
They're not trying to overtake the show. Just wait for it. I'm excited. I'm excited. I like a crowd with complete anarchy.
Before once again, perhaps the most devastating move.
That's a really cool move. That's a tag team
for AOP. They move onwards and upwards.
Monday Night Raw certainly in for a heavy dose of sadism.
That's right. Final Testament goes to Raw.
Final Testament. Another group that we expected to be drafted much earlier last week, Wade, was the Bloodline. But last week, more than worrying about their draft stock, the Bloodline had their hands full with an irate Kevin Owens.
Yeah, well, 2 weeks ago, KO was the victim of a heinous
There's the
beatdown.
MFT Tamatonga.
Last week, KO returned
Solo
looking
Sikoa,
for
I guess
vengeance.
the new tribal
It has
chief.
to be said. Taking out
Do you
the
buy
newcomer
Solo
to the
Sikoa
bloodline
as the new tribal chief?
and simply being unrelenting
Is it believable
with
to
these
you?
attacks. Things were going great for
I don't
KO
know.
until the arrival
I was kind of buying into it until we
Solo
see
Sikoa,
Solo
who
Sikoa
once
there with
again
some
gave the
leather
bloodline
gloves
the
on
numbers
for some reason.
advantage.
Owens being overwhelmed by the numbers until an unlikely ally arrived. The Apex Predator, Randy Orton, coming to the aid of Kevin Owens. Orton, another superstar on a list miles long, who has had severe issues in the past with the Bloodline and is hungry for vengeance.
Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus, Paul Heyman.
Did you get my memo?
I did. Request denied.
Oh.
You want me to pull Kevin Owens and Randy Orton out of the tag team match tomorrow night at Backlash?
What?
Why? Why would I do that?
I don't know, for the sake of Kevin Owens, for the sake of Randy Orton, for the sake of the SmackDown. You know what? I've tried and tried and tried with you. Leave them in the damn match as far as I'm concerned, okay? What happens to Randy Orton and Kevin Owens tomorrow night is no longer on my conscience, Mr. Aldis. What happens to Kevin Owens and Randy Orton tomorrow night is on your conscience. Good night.
Is that by orders of the tribal chief?
That's not funny.
Well, just all communication to the Bloodline and Roman Reigns must go through Paul Heyman. Are you in charge?
You know, there's a difference between being in charge and being in control. I haven't even spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania.
I'm sorry. What did you just say? You haven't spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania?
Uh-oh.
So when Roman Reigns pulled himself out of the WWE draft,
Roman Reigns
I'm with you,
did not
Granabar.
pull
I just want
himself
to check
out
this out.
of the WWE draft.
Wow.
I pulled Roman Reigns out of the WWE draft. You have to understand what's going on here. I had no choice.
Very
I
interesting.
cannot subject Roman Reigns to the chaos that's going on within the bloodline right now. And you can't subject Kevin Owens and Randy Orton to what awaits them at the hands of the bloodline tomorrow night.
Well, you know what, Paul? If you can take it on yourself to pull Roman Reigns out of the draft, then why don't you try pulling Randy and Kevin out of that match at Backlash? You can try right now on the RKO show. It's up next.
Uh-oh.
Bon courage, Monsieur Heyman.
All right, RKO show is up next. All right, so Granabar says, I feel like they're going a wrong direction with the bloodline reverting back to their previous style of writing. You can smell from a mile away that they're setting up Roman versus Sikoa, and I really like the way they wrote the bloodline, brought something new. Well, to your last point, I would agree with you. I was never one to take a break from wrestling, or become disenfranchised where I had to stop watching it. I've always been watching it, but I did feel you want to talk about new era stuff like that. To me, the new era kicked off that episode of SmackDown when it ended with Roman Reigns sitting side by side with Paul Heyman. That's when I knew creatively we're going in a way different direction. We're going up, so I agree with the last point. I don't know. I would agree that they're setting up a Roman versus Sikoa sort of thing. I don't think it ends with Solo Sikoa. I think it ends with The Rock. I think The Rock is the one pulling all the strings. He's brought in Solo Sikoa because Solo is tired of watching Roman's back, and Roman ended up losing at WrestleMania 40. So he's bringing in Solo Sikoa, brought in Tama Tonga, and I think he's probably going to have Jacob Fatu in his corner as well. But I think The Rock is really the one pulling the strings, and Sikoa is kind of like the puppet. He's the face of everything. I think what's going to happen is Roman's going to come back. He's going to enlist the help of the Usos because that's the only family member that he has. And then what he's going to do is he's either going to call on his greatest rival, which is Cody Rhodes, or he's going to bring in the honorary Us, Sami Zayn. Could you imagine Sami Zayn reuniting with the Usos and Roman? And that would set up a whole sort of bloodline war games for Survivor Series. But that's the creative direction that I would go. I would have, Solo is the puppet for The Rock. It's The Rock, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and probably Jacob Fatu. Roman comes back. He comes back with the reunited Usos. They're down a fourth man. They have no other blood besides, the honorary Us, Sami Zayn. So that's the way I would go. But you say, all depends on the filming schedule for, I won't even butcher French, for The Rock in French. He does have a busy filming schedule, but I think he's also worried about his legacy. I think Black Adam and the response that Black Adam got really messed with The Rock. I think The Rock thought he was untouchable, and then Black Adam came out, and that's when you knew there was some kinks in the armor. So then he first tried to come back to WWE, thinking he'd come back and be the WWE champion, but Cody Rhodes was too hot, so he realized, I gotta play up the bad guy now, gotta make sure Cody gets his just due, or else it's gonna ruin my wrestling legacy as well. So I think The Rock's playing a very fine game. Here we have Randy Orton. RKO show will give you some chills up here. The crowd. All right, I'm locked in. I'm locked in for the RKO show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Viper, Randy Orton!
This is... Wow. It's cool to see so many people, signs. They're singing his entrance theme. That's insane.
That is 11,000 members of the WWE Universe singing along with Red Theory to welcome the Viper.
That's really cool.
Come for the grappling, stay for the karaoke. Thank you, Leon.
That's really cool. Randy's looking crazy jacked as well. What's in the water over there at WWE? Huh? That is something. You can see he is touched by the reaction. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you know, these guys don't really get reactions like this unless it's a house show, it's an international deal. That's where they get the real response. Pretty sure they let the song go on a little bit longer just because the crowd sang. I agree with you. That's really the vibe of this new direction production-wise that WWE is going, is that they like these organic sort of reactions. And I mean, you have Kevin Owens here who's French-Canadian. You know, he spoke French during the kickoff event earlier today and the crowd went insane.
The MFT Tamatonga. That is streaming on Peacock, 1 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow.
Great reaction for Kevin Owens.
C'est très apprécié, mais ce soir, c'est pas KO, c'est KO.
Hey, translation.
K in French is K. Anyway, you get it.
Oh, okay. The flag you have in the graphic is the flag of the city of Lyon.
Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue au tout premier RKO show.
All right, so I'm guessing he welcomed everybody to the RKO show.
Yeah, have a seat, have a seat.
Thank you.
Normally it would, you'd really have to talk me into doing something like this, but it didn't take a lot of talking me into anything because these people are so freaking amazing.
I got you. Don't worry, Grinding Bar. I totally got you.
You know what else? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what else didn't take a lot of...
Super appreciative of you taking the time out of your early morning to stay up and translate this for me. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
You know what else didn't take a lot of talking me into? It was teaming with my man here, Kevin Owens, and taking on the Bloodline tomorrow at Backlash and kicking both of their asses.
Right, and before we get to that, I know you had a bit of a concern about our guests tonight, right? And look,
I'm on holiday, so it's not a big deal. Hey, still, you're taking the time to hang out with me.
We'll give them the first RKO
you could be doing
show.
anything else.
We won't have a guest. We'll just play around, have fun with the crowd. But then I started getting call
after call after call from a number that I didn't want to answer because the caller ID was somebody I didn't want to talk to. But then finally, Wednesday at 4 a.m., he wore me down and I answered. And that's when Paul Heyman asked to be a guest on our show tonight.
Paul Heyman, first guest of the RKO show ever.
I had the same reaction every time his name would pop up on my phone. But he said he had something very important to tell us. And look, it piqued my curiosity, so why don't we bring him out? Oh, do you want to introduce him? Do you want to do this part? Introduce Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
Not especially, but I would like to introduce Paul Heyman to the three most dangerous letters in sports entertainment. R.K.
France is on it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Guess he didn't wait.
I didn't introduce him.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul.
It's just fantastic. That is awesome.
I am a WWE Hall of Famer. I am a raconteur. I am a bon vivant. I am a bouvier. And I am, without question, WWE's undisputed wise man.
Love it. Love it.
Tonight, I come out here with respect, with admiration, and, of course, with wisdom. May I?
Whoa, yeah, but Randy, if you say he can come in, you can't just RKO him right away. You know that, right?
Not right away. I'm more of an out of nowhere kind of guy.
He's gonna stay outside. Fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be no RKOs this evening.
I beg to differ.
I'm a raconteur.
Paul, I've never met a man who talks so much
I'm a
yet
storyteller,
says so little, so please.
party eater.
What do you want?
He's a storyteller and a hearty eater.
I understand why you would doubt a man who has very little conscience whatsoever. However,
oh, they want Roman. They want Roman. Yeah, you guys are on it this one.
more than you'll ever know, I want Roman too. I came out here for a very simple reason. I have great respect for you, Randy Orton. I have great respect for you, Kevin Owens. When you stepped into the ring with Roman Reigns, it was competition. There was a title on the line. And I understood, just like you understood, that whatever Roman Reigns had to do to defend his title, that's what Roman Reigns was going to do. But the rules with Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga are a whole lot different. Do yourselves, do SmackDown, do WWE, do these people, do your families a favor, back out of this match now. Please. Please.
Absolutely biggest piece of trash in this industry trying to tell my partner and I whether or not to take a match.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know, Paul, I don't think you're in any position to give anybody advice considering how everything around you is falling apart.
Hmm.
Yeah, right?
As a matter of fact, that begs the question, Paul.
They're saying I'm right.
He's saying
Just so
right.
you know.
I like
Paul,
how
I got a
the
question for you.
French crowd, like you said,
Who exactly
everything is like
is the real tribal
literal.
chief?
Like, you know, they're not trying to dissect anything. They're just taking everything as face value. You know, they turn it into a chant. It's fun. You know.
Oh, you put me in a bad position. I think the whole world knows.
He is right. I love it. It's a literal.
There's only one tribal chief.
Uh-oh.
Solo and Tama Tonga.
Solo Sikoa. MFT Tama Tonga hit the ring. Destroying the set. Now we got a brawl on our hands.
This is a preview for what's going to go down tomorrow at Backlash. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be brutal. These four are trying to destroy each other.
Simply cannot be in the same vicinity without trying to rip each other apart.
Oh, man. All right, so now we have officials out here, referees, Jamie Noble, Shane Helms.
These four away from one another.
You might want to call in the French National Guard. This is crazy.
Kevin and Tama Tonga still at each other's claws. More security. Uh-oh, security gets thrown over the table. Oh, the Orton backdrop on the announcers table, the French announcement table.
The Viper has lost it.
Kevin Owens with a senton. Taking out the entire security brigade.
Orton and Owens standing the high ground.
This incarnation of the bloodline is ruthless, but KO and Orton are ready to match that intensity.
French National Guard. I guess Corey wants horse-mounted guards in the arena. Imagine that.
SmackDown is on fire tonight.
Yeah, you already know. You know what's crazy, though?
What's that?
Waller and Theory acting like they know French.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
You know, we've been practicing French ourselves.
Talk to him.
Are
Talk
we
to
the
him.
Triple Crown that always puts it down, Street Profits?
Oui, oui.
And it's tonight, are we going to put a whooping on Austin Theory and Grayson Waller and Leon France?
Oui, oui.
And it's tonight. Are we, me and my right-hand man, 100 grand, gonna walk out your new WWE
National Guard is horse-mounted in France. I wonder if that's a good idea.
The Street Profits are up, and we want the smoke.
Man, I love how France is on it. Oh, LA Knight's here. You know he's going to get a big reaction. Seismic pop.
Introducing first from Los Angeles, California, weighing at 240 pounds, LA Knight.
That is insane.
Doesn't matter where in the world we go, Corey, Kavorka is a universal language. LA Knight takes on Angel of Legado del Fantasma, and it's coming up right here, next on SmackDown.
Fantastic. LA Knight versus Angel of Legado del Fantasma. As you said, huge pop for LA Knight. But again, the French crowd, as you laid it out for us, as I anticipated, has been a huge part of the show, adding to the just the fun of it all. Like you said, you guys don't take everything as literal as us fans here in the States do. You just are entertained by it all, and you use that entertainment not to divert from what's going on, but to be a part of what's going on. We almost got to break. He cracked a smile when they went Paul Heyman. Yeah, it's the international crowd's crazy. You know, they had a crazy crowd in Puerto Rico that was pretty special when they had Backlash last year in Puerto Rico. But this French crowd, I'm really interested to see how it's going to go for the PLE. You know, we could have, you know, Backlash back to back 2-time, you know, crowd of the year, because the crowd in Puerto Rico was special last year for Backlash. And this French crowd, this episode of SmackDown is like an appetizer almost in terms of what I feel we can expect from the French crowd. I wonder if they're going to add more matches. There aren't any, like, there's maybe 5 or 6 matches that are advertised, but the matches that they have advertised are pretty solid on paper. Very much big enough build for myself, the anticipation. I know a lot of people want, ever since the Bloodline and everything, they want these deep, rich stories and stuff like that. But for me, it's just good enough that, you know, the crowd is into it. The matches look like they're going to be good, so it should be a good PLE. You guys have the Raw after WrestleMania crowd, which is quite fun. Well, we have the SmackDown pre-Backlash of our own. Yeah, and I'm totally with it. You know, like, this is actually like the post-WrestleMania crowds or post-WrestleMania Raws. This year wasn't bad. Last year was really bad. You know, it was just bad. It was just not a good Raw. This year, it wasn't bad, but it needs that feeling. Remember that feeling that we had Raw after Mania when Dolph Ziggler cashed in the Money in the Bank on Alberto Del Rio and became the new World Heavyweight Champion, and that sort of atmosphere that gave us that post-WrestleMania atmosphere? That's what we need. We need that feeling back. But again, I'm into the international crowds.
Backlash, and tonight Friday Night SmackDown is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance.
Right, so Legado del Fantasma.
As excited as anybody in this arena to watch the megastar LA Knight in action, but look what he has to deal with in
another
Legado
QR
del
code.
Fantasma. Angel's his opponent, but you've learned from the past you can't take your eyes off the rest of the group.
Deep bag of tricks. That is the Santos
Reading reactions seems like it was the first time that voices was sung by the audience. I have a feeling that Orton will remember this night. I am in total agreement with you. I think this is going to be a special night that Orton's going to remember for a long time, especially tomorrow too.
To the honor and the legacy of Legado del Fantasma.
Crowd really loves LA Knight.
For us, we're the cheap drink guys.
Collar and elbow tie up. LA
Orton,
Knight and
all of them
Angel
really. I think you're right. You know, it's cool that they're using Angel right now. You know, in a big spot, high energy crowd.
He felt to be truly appreciated. It feels like the great Gorilla Monsoon used to say, it's a happening, Wade. There's something big going on in Leon this weekend. Tonight with SmackDown, tomorrow with Backlash. The WWE Universe is out in full force.
Absolutely. The people of France, whenever I competed out here, were always the loudest group anywhere on the planet, and Leon is living up to that reputation.
Yeah, France might be getting a lot more events, you know, a lot more televised events in the future. Neck breaker from LA Knight.
Takes down Angel.
Really doesn't matter where in the world you go. A wild and erratic energy takes over every arena when the megastar's in town.
LA Knight dropping haymakers.
Just bouncing his dome piece off the apron. I think LA Knight needs to bring back the dummy chants.
That is a reference completely lost on me. If you had said Zinedine Zidane, I would have got it.
I haven't watched basketball in about a decade.
Clothesline, tried to clothesline him over to the top. Nice little production edit there to cover that up.
Here comes the megastar.
Drop kick out to the outside.
Right to the heart.
I don't think Angel's managed to get a single shot in thus far, but LA Knight keeping a very close eye on Legado del Fantasma.
This is Dan basketball freaking court. Corey gets a lot of flack. I actually enjoy Corey Graves' commentary. I think he's very good. Angel is just getting yelled all over the place.
Hard into the turnbuckle. Here comes LA Knight, but almost instinctively Berto made his presence felt. LA trying to keep his eyes on Legado and his opponent at the same time. Into the cover.
Oh, we only got a 1 this time.
LA Knight is on
What's only 1 in French? Huh? We got a 1 count. But we get a double commercial break segment for this one match. Simplement un. Did I say that right? How good is my French? Is probably horrible. I'm sorry if I offended you with my French there. Nope. All right. But I mean, to be honest with you, that's kind of easy, you know? It's a little easy even for me, so you know, I can't be too too happy with my effort there in French. Yeah, you're right. We do get a lot of advertisements. Now that you've kind of, I think what it is too is that being that I am an American, I'm so desensitized by it now. It's like, yeah, commercials. You know, it's part of the deal, and you know, you're sitting there like, Jesus, how many things do they have to advertise? Now, let me ask you, Girl on the Bar, are you close to where the event is being held in Lyon? Are you able to like scope out the atmosphere of what it's like in the area for the event? I swear, try to get one broadcast of a soccer game and you will see the difference. I might test that out, you know, just to see if I can catch a stream, one of those secret streams where you can watch sports you're not supposed to watch for free on the World Wide Web, you know. But yeah, it's America, capitalism. Got to make money. If you're advertising a product, got to make money. So, like I said, I think it's just that as an American, I'm desensitized to it, you know, and I can see why it's jarring from someone, you know, for someone who's not an American to be like, you guys have a lot of commercials. There's no double stream tonight. No Rampage as it was on Wednesday. So we're just watching SmackDown tonight. Tomorrow will be live for Backlash. LA Knight taking it to Angel from Legado del Fantasma.
Oh, what a headbutt.
Okay, all right. Oh, all right. So you're not that far because Philly, New York. What, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours? I'm about 3 hours from New York. I'm about 45 minutes away from Philadelphia, you know?
And a big flying clothesline by the defiant LA Knight. Stomping
the atmosphere, is it like, is the city buzzing for the event?
Oh, goodness.
It's the whole distance of France. We're a small country. Yeah, see, well, geography was never my strong suit, you know, especially like European geography. I could barely get across the street without getting lost. So, you know, it's the whole distance of France. So you're like on the opposite end.
Big right hand to Berto. Angel from behind, gonna steal.
Oh, he tried to steal one by holding the trunks. BFT.
You can count to 15.
He hits that BFT. So I like that a lot of the matches, they're solid matches tonight. Nothing too crazy. The tag match, Final Testament, was pretty good.
Fantasma threw everything they could at the Megastar, but it bounced off like water off a duck's back. Hey, Corey, the Megastar's going to talk to us.
Oh, all right, we get a LA Knight promo. If you pull up a map, you will see that Lyon, where the show is in the east. I'm closer to the Atlantic Ocean. I'm West Coast, baby. All right, West Coast.
All around the world, it's the same song. Another SmackDown, another dummy dropped on his head. 3 the hard way. Yeah. Now, if I wanted to be cliche, I'd say this is my ring, right? But no, I ain't gonna do that. Instead of me saying, like everybody else, oh, this is my ring. No. I'm gonna make this my ring. What do I mean by that? I'm now officially entered into the King of the Ring.
All right.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
It's impressive. Impressive. You just keep talking and talking and talking and talking.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I need translation on that.
I'll show you who sucks. You keep running your mouth. On and on. Because the King of the Ring, while you're busy running your mouth, I'll be busy winning.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear anything you said. Oh, Leon was telling you suck.
Yeah.
But you know,
oh, wow.
but through that, the one thing I heard is I think you said that maybe I talk too much. Should I maybe just keep on talking, Leon? Yeah, that's about what I thought, because for you, when I stop talking, that's the time that you get stomped out. And you'll be laying there thinking to yourself, my God, what was I just doing? I know whose game this is. And before anybody here tells you, you'll think to yourself, and you'll hear the whole damn world saying, with everybody saying,
This is just, it's catchphrase city.
The King of the Ring is finally taking shape. And it sounds like Santos Escobar has got a brand new focus after finally clearing his name.
And literally, yeah.
Whoa. I did not attack Dragon Lee the evening before WrestleMania 40. Ray, what you're about to see.
The French crowd might be the only non-ironic crowd when they are chanting, what?
It was indeed interesting. The
Solid.
revealed a familiar silhouette of the perpetrator, none other than the LWO's Carlito.
Golly, Rey Mysterio has to start picking better friends. I mean, Eddie Guerrero, Batista, his son Dominic Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Carlito. It's just betrayal on top of betrayal on top of betrayal.
Everyone's asking the same question. Why did you attack Dragon Lee?
Carlito's been away from the WWE for many, many years. And all I wanted was another WrestleMania moment with my familia, the LWO. So, when Ray challenged Santos and Dominic to a match at WrestleMania, I figured Ray would make the right choice and choose Carlito. Instead, he chose Dragon Lee. Someone who's been in the group for what, 5 minutes? That's not cool. So, Carlito took matters into his own hands. It wasn't personal. Dragon Lee was just in the way. And the whole plan would have worked. If it wasn't...
Uh-oh. You got Dragon Lee taking out Carlito in the back. Officials and security breaking it up. Ray's there to break it up. Mysterio was in the dark part of the show, and the crowd also sang his theme. Oh, so he was in the dark match. That's pretty cool.
I imagine this issue is still going to exist.
That's really cool. We have the Pride here. Street Profits. Bobby Lashley, B-Fab. They're going to be taking on A-Town Down Under. Austin Theory, Grayson Waller. Oh, they cut off big chants here. In the original broadcast, the crowd was going wildly chanting asshole at Carlito. Yeah, I can see why they probably cut that out, but Carlito's definitely an asshole, you know? Why do the French people have more rhythm than the people in the States? What's that going on? I'm gonna have to see if tomorrow when Jey Uso comes out.
WWE Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. It's live and it's going down.
I don't know. I just feel like the French.
Where the hell are they going? Come back, lads. You've got a championship match.
Yeah, like French people seem to have more rhythm. So another advertisement, another commercial break. Oh man, Jey Uso, it's going to be wild. You have no idea. I don't have an idea. I mean, I have an idea, but I really, it's probably going to be bigger than what I thought it's going to be. You know, it's going to be bigger because he's just on that sort of meteoric rise with the people. I like to equate main event Jey Uso to Booker T in like 1999, 2000 when he was coming up as the WCW champion. He was also part of the dark matches. You can find videos on Twitter of his entrance. I'm definitely going to do that because that sounds like it was insane. Or I might just wait and be surprised and see it for like the first time on the pay-per-view. I might do that. I might not want to be spoiled by like these epic entrances because, but if you want to keep the fun, just wait for tomorrow. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to hold off, you know, which the thing is, I'm so chronically online that I'm probably going to see it anyway, because again, I'm jumping headfirst into this content creation thing. Not only do we have the podcast, but we also have the YouTube. You know, we have the TikTok. We're on Twitter, Instagram. We're on every major platform you can think of. Again, just go here and you can check out all of our links. You can stay in touch with me. Our main thing is we have a podcast. It's myself and my friend Shay. It's a question and answer podcast. So basically, if you're a listener, you send in a question on Monday about anything involving wrestling, and we answer it on the show. We record on Tuesday evening, and the show comes out Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the States. So if you're into podcasts, definitely check it out there. It's available on whatever platform you use to listen to podcasts: Spotify, Google, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, basically wherever you listen to podcasts, it's there. So if you want to check that out, no pressure, because again, I don't want to bombard you guys. I know I have a weird sounding voice, so to have to hear this constantly probably isn't fun, but we're doing it anyway. But again, Grandbar, thank you so much for hanging out in the chat, translating things for me, educating me on French culture when it comes to professional wrestling. I really, really appreciate it. I know it's super late where you're at in France, but it's really cool that you came into the chat and decided to give me a first-hand account on the vibes and the feelings that we're getting. 3:30 now. You're a warrior. You're an absolute warrior. $3:30. Got to watch the broadcast in France in French at a proper time, and he decided, hey, I'm gonna stay awake and I want to see how the English commentators reacted to it. So that's pretty cool. I really appreciate that. Shows your love and dedication to the sport. That's right. This is a sport of professional wrestling. All right, so here's A-Town Down Under.
They are the WWE Tag Team Champions, the team of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
A less than rousing response from the WWE Universe for the arrival of the new WWE Tag Team
A-Town
Champions,
Down
Theory
Under.
Waller.
I mean, I like them. I think A-Town Down Under has a lot of upside. Very young, charismatic, cocky dudes who know how to get people to hate them. You know, I think there's a lot of upside.
Dawkins and Ford know what it takes to be tag team champions in WWE. Can they make it to the top of the mountain again? We will find out in a matter of moments.
There goes a good look at the new tag team championship belts, titles. Oh! Oh, what a dick move from Grayson Waller.
Well, it looked like Waller was going to start the match. That was the ruse. That was the trick.
Smart tag team.
And it has worked to perfection. Dawkins now getting a beatdown.
Smart tag team.
In the corner from Theory makes the tag to the Aussie icon.
Well, I was a little concerned that the tag champs, Theory and Waller, they've been gloating these past few weeks.
Vinestone, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, Vinestone. Hopefully you're having a good evening. On this day, I see clearly. I thank you for the follow. There's a bit of patriotic pride seeing you, pride and people online being blown away by our crowd. Once again, seeing you on me. Hi from Toronto. Vinestone is in Toronto. How's your day going? It's going pretty good, Vinestone. Thank you for asking. Just watching a little bit of SmackDown. They are in Lyon, France.
Top turnbuckle, Angelo Dawkins.
I love that the French crowd loves the good guys, hates the bad guys. Super old school. And really, you guys should have a lot of patriotic pride because you guys have been bringing the energy. You know? Let's go the blue, which is a chant for our national soccer team because they are in blue. I like that. I watched it on TNT Sports and the crowd was amazing. So we got Vinestone from Toronto. Granabar is in France. We got an international stream going tonight.
Tag team offense on Grayson Waller, who at the moment is without his.
And I love that they're cheering for the Street Profits because, as Granabar said, that's the color of the national soccer team. Love it. I love this.
Dawkins rocking Waller's jaw in the corner into the cover.
By the way, for some reason, I smell a heel turn from Edge. Oh, sorry, Adam Copeland. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Getting a little AEW talk. I don't know. The thing about when it comes to the House of Black, it seems like everybody they come in contact, the House of Black, seems to have a change of conscience. Only two, again, going crazy for it. Yeah, this crowd has been phenomenal. I wish that there was a way we can bottle the French crowd energy and bring it back to the States and sprinkle it on everybody as they come into the arena for WWE shows. Because the French crowd is kind of reacting how you should react as a wrestling fan going there to enjoy the show, you know? And not trying to overtake it or make the show all about you. You know, that fans in the States have a tendency to kind of do that. I don't know how it is in Toronto. Toronto is always good. Toronto is a great wrestling city. Quite easy. Move the WWE here and let us organize the shows. I don't know. I mean, didn't they say Lyon's like the third largest city? Or something like that, or by dense population or something like that. The crowd there. But again, the whole reason I feel like the vibe is like this is because, you know, places like France don't get these sort of live events at all. You know, Paris is the capital, then Marseille in the south and Lyon in the east. The European crowd is always great. I hope we can have a WrestleMania in Europe soon. I'm sure All In will be good this year, and they will make a magnificent stage this time. I think they built the stage of the long side of the stadium last year instead of the short side. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's interesting. A little bit of production strategy to make things look better. Yeah, I mean, again, it's like I was saying earlier in the beginning of the stream, in the States, and I guess you could say parts of Canada, you know, the more touristy parts where they can get a lot of revenue. It's just we're spoiled, you know, compared to like places like France and all that stuff. Ospreay versus Edge, maybe an All In. I don't know. Omega versus Okada. That's the thing with diverticulitis. It's not a safe thing. We were talking about it on the stream for Dynamite and Rampage. Diverticulitis is a scary thing with his intestines and his colon and everything. You know, he's going to have to probably wear a colostomy bag, because if he doesn't wear a colostomy bag, like he said on the show, he's going to have a ticking time bomb in his stomach, and that's not what we want. So it's definitely a uneasy time for Kenny Omega. Pretty sure another PLE will soon happen in France. They so wanted Paris, but got blocked due to the Olympics. 2025 or 2026, we'll probably have another PLE. Hopefully one of the 4 major ones. I would love like a Royal Rumble in France. That would be pretty dope. A Survivor Series, a War Game in France. Who do you think will dethrone Cody? Very interesting question. I don't think, as Grayson Waller goes for a coast to coast and lands, it's Dawkins right in the knee. Interesting. I don't think Cody's going to be dethroned very soon. I think he's going to have a year, maybe a year plus reign. We shall see tomorrow night. Interesting. We're already going with AJ Styles, already taking the belt off of Cody in his first PLE title defense. It's tough.
Sorry. Oh my God!
Oh, what a pounce from Dawkins.
Once again, that explosive
well, he's on SmackDown, so it has to be a SmackDown superstar. Man, who can take it from him? It has to be somebody associated with the bloodline, probably. But I don't know if Solo's ready, you know? I don't know if Solo is ready just yet. I don't know. It's just too hard to tell, because you look at where Cody's at right now in his career, just coming off of WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania of all time, not a hyperbole. So it's one of those things where it was so successful and it was so hot, like you can't even consider Cody losing the title or who can beat him, because you know he's going to have it for a long time.
Austin Theory went to the eye of Dawkins.
Honestly, given the heat he's having, Jay is in the discussion, in my opinion. Jay would be very good. I think Jay having the big match as Grayson Waller hits a flatliner. Jay needs a big match. I think, unfortunately, as we see A-Town Down Under steals the win from the Street Profits to retain the titles. I just think, like, yeah, he's not too far off. I don't think the WrestleMania match against Jimmy did him any favors. I said it the other stream. I can't remember, but I said it felt like Jay is billed as main event Jey Uso, but he feels like he's a middle of the road guy, and it's not a knock on him. I just think the people that they have paired with, aside from Damian Priest, are too middle of the road. You know, he needs big. He needs to have a match against Cody. He needs to have a match maybe against Solo. Somebody in the upper echelon. If Seth Rollins was back, you know, he needed to have a match against somebody as big as Seth Rollins. Somebody the caliber of AJ Styles. You know, to show that he is in the upper tier of the WWE roster.
Social media platforms, and while you're there, check out the countdown.
All right, so we have the countdown to Backlash tomorrow with CM Punk, Big E, and Jackie Redmond.
With very special guests, the second
Yeah, he's already in the race for the World Heavyweight Championship. But to be honest with you, do we honestly think Jey Uso is going to beat Damian Priest in his first defense of the World Heavyweight Championship? I honestly think if anybody is going to beat Damian Priest for the title, it'll be Drew McIntyre, and they're waiting until Clash at the Castle. We got Kabuki Warriors versus Bianca and Jade. Bianca and Jade most likely are going to take the W on that one and become the new Women's Tag Team Championships. RKO taking on Solo Sikoa and the MFT Tama Tonga. Gotta say, they're not going to have Tama Tonga lose in his first match in WWE. Triple threat for the WWE Women's Championship. Naomi, Bayley, Tiffany Stratton. I think Bayley's going to retain, but we're really going to be focused on Tiffany Stratton's performance. As we're saying, Jey versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think Damian's going to retain this one. They're not going to make his reign a fluke. AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes. This is going to be the big one. This is the one that's going to steal the show, but I think Cody's going to come away with the win for that.
Phenomenal AJ Styles. Again, just a reminder, a special 1 p.m. start time in the East, 10 a.m. on the West in the United States.
All right, here's the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Get ready to fly. How are we feeling about AJ Styles' new entrance theme here? Singles main event scene is overcrowded in my opinion. Punk, Rollins, Uso, Priest, Cody, McIntyre. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't know if that's a product of the booking or a product of everybody's just firing on all cylinders and all the talent is coming to the forefront, you know? It's just, I mean, how can you deny all of those people being main event talent, you know? So they have to do something. They have to make them all feel important. Or else what's the point? You know, you don't want to make somebody feel less important. AJ Styles might change theme after tonight. You'll understand in a few minutes. See, I like how you keep dropping these little seeds of, you know, pay attention. You know, but yeah, I mean, the main event scene is crowded, but again, I don't know if the crowd, being that it's crowded, is a product of the booking, or is it a product of all the names you just listed: Punk, Rollins, Jey Uso, Damian Priest, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. Those are all dudes that are all just killing it. You know, in their performances, their promos, their vignettes, the way they're plugging themselves on social media, they're all just killing it right now. So if they're all killing it right now, and all those names that you listed are names that are making the company actual money, you know, how do you go, well, we can only make some of these guys feel important and not all of these guys? I mean, think about it. We just come off of WrestleMania 40, the conclusion of, you know, one of the biggest chapters, the initial Genesis chapter of the Bloodline, that comes to a close. But now we're in a position where Drew McIntyre and CM Punk are like the hottest storyline going for WWE, and they can't even touch each other. The only thing they can do is really just throw insults at each other, you know? So it's like, if that's the hottest angle right now, and that's just all based on back and forth promo stuff, you know, we're in a crazy time. They definitely deserve to be there. I simply feel there are either too many of them or there aren't enough belts. That's the thing. We need less belts, I think. There are just too many belts in not only WWE, but in wrestling, period. Because that was a big thing that Kevin Nash said about AEW on his podcast. He says, I peeked into AEW and this guy's got a belt, that guy's got a belt, that guy's got a belt, this girl's got a belt. There are a lot of belts. You know, if I was running a company, I'd have your main world champion, your intercontinental workhorse champion, and a women's champion. And the same thing for the women, you know, a mid-card title like an intercontinental title and a women's tag team title. You know, those will be the titles. And, you know, that's the way I would do it. Because, again, it's all about the competition. See here a promo really quickly for the King and Queen of the Ring event that's going to be taking place in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. May 24th, they'll be having a SmackDown in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And then May 25th will be the King and Queen of the Ring event. So they're going from Lyon, France to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. They're going crazy with this international stuff.
This Monday on Raw and continue next Friday right here on Friday Night SmackDown.
A lot of big names throwing their hats into the ring for the King and Queen of the Ring tournament.
Well, this man looks to be
you guys have any predictions
of WWE
for
tomorrow
who's
at
going to
Backlash.
be
AJ
King and
Styles,
Queen of the
who
Ring?
is set to go face-to-face with Cody Rhodes, and just wanted to share some incredible news with the WWE Universe and say thank you for making this the highest grossing SmackDown event in WWE history.
Wow, look at
Absolutely
that.
Unheard of. Congratulations and
Way to
thank
go,
you to
France.
everybody who made this possible.
Way to go, France. I agree, but in my view, for it to work, they need to adopt the UFC approach to it. One champion who defends somewhat rarely, and the rest fighting amongst themselves to win the right to reach the champion. Okay, I see your point. I see your point. Maybe there's a little bit too much overexposure of the champions. The thing is, like, while I am in agreement with you, like, there may be too much overexposure of the champions, I agree with it. The general consensus of the internet and the internet community, I feel like they would take the opposite and say, we need to see our champion more. Because if you think about it, that essentially, great pop for Cody, by the way, an excellent pop for Cody. There's some fireworks going into the crowd. That looked a little crazy. But, you know, what was the big thing with Roman Reigns' championship reign? He's never here. He's never defending it. He's always doing whatever. I love how you just stopped talking. Hey, I'm always going to stop talking for a Cody Rhodes world moment. That's always going to happen. I need that whoa pop, you know, so, but yeah, you know, it's just, that was the big thing with Roman. He's never here. He's never defending the championship. We never see him, you know, defending the championship on SmackDown. So I agree with you. Maybe there is a little bit of overexposure of the champions, and maybe they should build up the actual competition of getting to the championship. Like you said, I think that's a strategy they could try out. But again, I have a feeling with the contrarian nature of the internet, you know. There he is, Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, shaking the commentator's hands. Rhodes is loved in France because he's a big part of what's happening at the moment. He is part of the superstars who truly push for TV in France. Well, as you can see with the crowd reaction, you guys deserve this SmackDown. You guys deserve the Backlash PLE because the French crowd has brought it. So, kudos to you guys. And as Corey Graves announced, this is the highest grossing episode of SmackDown in SmackDown history. France did that. Lyon, France did that. The French people did that. The French WWE fans did that. So, as you said, brought up our earlier patriotic pride. You should definitely take pride in that. That's pretty cool. Man, I don't, people that are like, oh, you know, they're going to turn on Cody. They don't really like Cody.
So, Leon, voulez-vous parler de quoi?
There you go. AJ's like totally out of his element.
Hey, Cody, I don't care what they want to talk about. You're in the ring with the phenomenal AJ Styles.
What do you want to talk about?
It's almost like you.
Crowd is hot. About to blow. Yankees just walked it off. It was a good night. This crowd is crazy. I think that was like a moment that Cody needed.
I was going to say it's almost like you're not focused right now, Cody. You're focused on all this and not what you should be focused on.
If you are looking for my full focus, my full attention, AJ, you absolutely have it. From one Georgia boy to another, from one Dogs fan to another. Come on, my man. I broke into the industry in the state of Georgia. Of course, I grew up watching you. I grew up looking...
Whoa. I don't need that crap. I don't need that, hey, I was your hero, I looked up to you. I don't need that crap. I may be older than you, but I'm still in my prime.
Oh.
AJ, who is saying otherwise?
You didn't have to. We knew what you meant. You know what? Here's the problem with you, Cody. Yeah, just like I thought. Disrespectful. These are the most disrespectful fans. That's why nobody comes to Lyon.
AJ Styles playing up the heel.
We were never on the same path. You had the path laid out for you. Because everyone wanted the son of the American dream, Dusty
Gotta
Rhodes.
mention Dusty Rhodes when talking about Cody.
Including WWE. And they welcomed you with open arms.
Getting Olay chant. I know what an Olay chant is.
You loved it here, Cody. Until things didn't work out. Until things got a little rough and you couldn't handle it, if you know what I mean.
Uh-oh. Oh, did the little Stardust.
And you left. You packed your bags and you left. Your decision. One I never got to make. Because I was kept out of the WWE for years. And when I finally got here, I wasn't welcomed with open arms like you were. I had to prove myself in WWE. I had to make my way to the top, and I did it all by myself.
Interesting words from AJ
Unlike
Styles.
You, who had Hall of Famers and legends watching your back at WrestleMania so you could finish your story. That's great. A bunch of guys that I've beaten before. I beat them all the same way I'm going to beat you tomorrow night at Backlash. You see, I'm going to find my way to the top again and remind you and everyone else that I am phenomenal.
This is insane.
Who are you trying to convince?
That's amazing.
Certainly not me. I said last week you were a future first ballot
truly-
Hall of Famer. I
he
also
is
said you're the
truly
modern
phenomenal.
day excellence of execution. Your reputation
I love it.
is
That's
unmatched.
amazing.
But do not
French
disparage
people
my
in
accomplishments in an
wrestling
effort
is
to build
perfect.
yourself up. Every sacrifice I made, every mistake I endured, and there were many, to stand here as the WWE champion. And my very first title defense happens to be our very first match. Commentary can call it a dream match. You are and forever will be phenomenal.
But tomorrow, I'm not looking at you as phenomenal.
This is crazy. It's actually a song in France. YouTube Phenomenal Club. I'm gonna check that out. Phenomenal Club.
That's too sweet.
Oh, a little Bullet Club reference on Bullet Club Day. Happy Bullet Club Day. Oh, he smacked the shit out of him. That's not too sweet.
Blatant disrespect from the challenger, and I will not hesitate, Wade. We have got a dream match on our hands tomorrow.
Uh-oh, we got a fight backstage. Rated R, or I was gonna say rated RKO. RKO. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton brawling it out with the MFT Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa. Oh, all right. So, interesting little promo there from Cody and AJ. Nice little promo segment between the two. I mean, you put this match on paper, it's AJ Styles. AJ Styles is one of the most proficient professional wrestlers in terms of every aspect of professional wrestling, whether it be the moves in the ring, how he presents himself. He is, the modern day. What's a good wrestler to compare AJ Styles to? He's just somebody that's reliable, that's clutch, that can put him out there with a wet paper bag and he'll give you a 5-star classic. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is the hottest professional wrestler in the entire industry right now. I don't care what anybody says. It's Cody Rhodes. This guy is the man of the people, and he can get it done in the ring. And this is the first time ever matchup. I think it's going to be very, very good. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. If he ever walks out tomorrow with the song as a theme, the arena will blow off. I got to check that out. And check out that theme. I don't know if it'll fit, but it'll be cool. But yeah, I think to me, this was a perfect idea for Cody and AJ to have a matchup, like as Cody's first title defense on a PLE. You want somebody solid. Somebody's going to deliver. It's a match. Once you put it on paper and it comes out, everybody's going to go, ooh, that's pretty good. So I think it's great. I think the pay-per-view is going to be great. It's such a stupid shit. It's a summer camp song. So it's one of those, is it like very poppy, very campy? Yeah, it is. I don't. It's something. It's something. Thank you for that little taste of French culture there. I feel very cultured now, thanks to you, Granabar. I feel like that was my indoctrination into French culture right there. You know, thank you so much for that. And like I said, if Backlash is an awesome show tomorrow, we're definitely gonna vibe out to Phenomenal Club. You know, it's but man, let me go ahead and wrap this up because Grand Bars in France, it's like 4 a.m. or something, 4:30, something crazy out there. So I know he's pretty tired. I just want to thank you so much, so much for hanging out in the chat, and translating everything, explaining French culture to me, catching me up on how the French view WWE and wrestling there. It was very cool to get educated, and it was very cool. This is like one of the reasons I started doing this is because to meet fans from other places and to learn about different places and how they consume professional wrestling. So to be able to have you here in my chat, while WWE is in France, and you can kind of give me a firsthand account of what the vibe is like is really cool. I really appreciate it. And thank you for hanging out in chat, translating everything, and dropping that phenomenal track there, Phenomenal Club. I mean, just look at the comments. Not a single comment for a year, then goes full WWE. AJ Styles, wrestling fans, just take a look at this. Wrestling fans, I'm pleased to see you here. AJ Styles brought me here. I'm here after Backlash kickoff. SmackDown in Lyon brought me here. AJ Styles. Yo, this is insane. This is nuts. This should have been AJ's Death Rebel theme. Holy crap. Oh my god. This is it's really cool. It's really cool. Again, that stuff is interesting to me. Is the connection between two wrestling fans. I'm in the States, you're in France. We had someone earlier here from Toronto, and it was a cool vibe. It was cool. We watched SmackDown together, and that's what I strive to do here on the channel. So before I get out of here, just want to let you guys know again, the podcast, everything, all of the links to all of our social media content is available. It's on via Linktree. Let me get the links once I can. Okay, here it is. There's the link to our Linktree. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We also have a merch store where you can, if you like merch, you can check out some Ringside Rundown merch. But the big thing is it has the podcast link. Okay, that's the whole purpose of Ringside Rundown. It's a podcast that I host along with my friend Shay. And it's a question and answer based podcast where the listener sends in questions about what's going on in wrestling, and we give our answers, and that kind of dictates the topics going forth about what's going on in professional wrestling. Tomorrow, I'll be available. I don't know what time I'm going to go live. I don't know if I'm going to go live right before the PLE or do my usual like 15 minutes beforehand. I don't know yet. I might cut that down because there's a little bit of dead air, but I don't know how it's going to be with the kickoff. But I will be on live tomorrow for Backlash, and we'll watch Backlash, talk about it. Granabar, once again, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you so much. If you're checking this out on VOD, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you hit that follow button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, do all that usual stuff that needs to be done. But again, I'm going to get out of here. Once again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out and checking out SmackDown with me. We'll be back tomorrow for Backlash, and it should be a good time. Until then, thank you, Granabar. Thank you guys. You guys have a good night.